Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. In this video, we'll show you how to troubleshoot the top 5 reasons why your gas dryer isn't heating. Stick around to the end of the video for an important dryer safety tip that most people don't even know about. But before we begin, we're going to unplug the appliance to avoid any chance of electrocution and turn off the gas valve at the wall. The first thing we're going to check is the thermal fuse. It's a safety device that shuts off the heat if the temperature inside the dryer gets too hot. The fuses are usually rated between 190 and 225 degrees Fahrenheit. This one's rated at 91 degrees Celsius, which is 196 degrees Fahrenheit. The thermal fuse is usually located on the blower housing, but on some models it's located by the heat source. To make sure the part can carry an electric current, we need to test it with a multimeter for continuity. Once you have it set, touch the probes together to make sure it's working. Now you have to remove the wires from the part so we can test it, and then touch a probe to each terminal. If the meter shows a reading, it has continuity and the part is good. If not, you'll need to replace it. Most times when the thermal fuse fails, it's caused by a restriction in the airflow. Make sure you check that your vent isn't kinked or clogged. If it is, make sure to fix it and clean out the dryer when you replace the fuse. If you need to order a part, simply go to AppliancePartsPros.com and type in your model number. Find your part on the easy-to-read diagrams and match it to the number below. Click on the part if you want to see more pictures of the item or watch its repair video. You can also scroll down to see DIY stories from customers like you, or ask a question in the Q&A section. Once you're ready, you can add the part to your cart. It's that easy. Most orders will arrive within 2 business days. Next, we have to check the dryer igniter. The dryer igniter glows red hot to ignite the gas to heat the dryer. It has a ceramic base with a gray heating element. The heating element is very fragile, so if you have to take it out or handle it, make sure you only do it by the base. The igniter is located by the burner assembly, usually mounted on the burner tube. Most times you can just see if the igniter is damaged. It may be broken or have a burn mark. If it does, then you should replace it. If you're not sure, then you can test it for continuity. To test it, all you have to do is unplug the wiring harness and touch the probes to the pins inside. If it has continuity, then it's good. If not, it's bad and you'll need to replace it. As always guys, hit those like and subscribe buttons now to help support us making more of these videos. Number 3 on the list are the gas valve solenoids. They're what open up the gas valve and allow the gas to flow. The solenoids are part of the burner assembly. They're located on top of the gas valve. One of the symptoms of the solenoids going bad is that they'll quit working after 1 or 2 heat cycles, increasing the drying time until they fail. In this case, you may want to run the dryer for a while before taking it apart to get the solenoids warm, because they're more likely to show a failure at a higher temperature. Once they've failed, you'll notice the igniter glowing on and off, but there won't be any flame, in which case you'll have to test them at room temperature. The solenoids can be tricky to test because they can have continuity but still be bad. So we're going to set our meter to ohms. Our meter automatically detects whatever ohms reading is coming in, but you may need to set yours up to read at least 2,000 ohms of resistance. Now you can unplug the wiring harnesses. This type of solenoid is used on a lot of dryers. If yours is different, or if you're not sure, you can always look at your wiring diagram to get your specific ohm reading. For the 2-terminal solenoid, touch a probe to each terminal and check the reading. It should read between 1,000 and 1,300 ohms. On the 3-terminal solenoid, you'll need to put a probe on the left terminal, which is common, and one on the middle one. This one should read between 1,300 and 1,400 ohms. Then keep the probe on the left terminal and touch the other one to the right terminal. This one should read between 500 and 600 ohms. If any of your readings are off, or one of the solenoids has no continuity, you'll need to replace them both. If that's not the issue, we need to check the radiant flame sensor. The sensor is designed to send power to open the gas valve when it detects heat from the igniter. The sensor is located by the burner assembly, usually mounted on the tube next to the igniter. It can fail in 2 ways. Either the sensor is broken and the contacts never touch, so the igniter never comes on, or the contacts can fuse together and the igniter stays on all the time. Either way, the gas valve won't open. To check it, we need to have our meter set to continuity, remove the wires from the part, and touch a probe to each terminal. If the part shows no continuity, or the igniter stays on all the time and the gas valve doesn't open, it'll need to be replaced. The last thing to check is the gas valve. It lets the gas into the burner. It's usually located by the burner assembly. It's unusual for this part to fail. If it does, it's either because it's stuck open and gas is leaking out, or it's stuck closed and no gas can get through. If you've already checked everything else and there are no loose wires, but the gas valve still isn't opening, or it's leaking, then it needs to be replaced. Now here's that safety tip we promised you earlier. Dryers cause thousands of house fires every year. Most of these are caused by a buildup of lint. Lint and dust have a tendency to build up inside the dryer and vent, and are the first things to ignite. Make sure your lint screen isn't missing or damaged, or it will let lint into the vent hose. Also make sure you clean it after every load. If you have the flexible style ducting, it's recommended that you upgrade to the rigid metal kind to prevent lint buildup and the duct from accidentally being crushed. Make sure you follow the manufacturer's instructions when installing new venting. Failing to clean the dryer is the #1 cause of these fires, so make sure to clean the inside of the dryer, including the lint screen and blower housings, the ducting from the back of the dryer to the wall, and from the wall all the way to the outside of the house at least once a year. Once you take care of the problem, you can plug the appliance in and turn the gas back on. Thanks for joining us for another troubleshooting video brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons now, and if you have any questions or want to share how your repair went, leave a comment down below.